Greetings, everyone. My name is Jonathan Bailey. I am from the website Plagiarism Today, which can be found at plagiarismtoday.com, and I am a copyright and plagiarism expert with 15 years' experience in the field. But it's important to note for the purpose of this video that I am not a lawyer. Nothing in this is legal advice, and I'm just a dude that happens to be very familiar with the way these copyright filters and copyright tools work, and have some insight that might be of interest or use in this type of situation. And to that end, I want to talk about something that's been in the news lately. I legit thought I was going to miss my opportunity to talk about this because the stories were really big a few weeks ago before I started sort of relaunch the channel, if you will. And I wrote an article on Plagiarism Today about it, which I'll link to in the description. Definitely feel free to check it out. But the issue was police officers using music to try and stop or prevent them from being recorded and live streamed. And it was a big deal. Happened a couple times in and around Beverly Hills. But it seemed like the issue had largely passed, and maybe it was just going to be a few times and done. But then just a few days ago, a new article appeared on Vice. I'm sure I'm going to put this one up too, detailing a similar situation happening in Ottawa, Illinois, where a police officer played country music to try and thwart someone that was filming him. Now, I don't want to get into the ethics of it. I mean, obviously, I do not approve of this use of copyright protected music. Um, if I, as an everyday citizen, am subjected to being live streamed and filmed when I roam around in public places, police officers, I think, should have at least the same expectation, if not a higher one. But that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk about is the practicality of it. Can you actually use copyright protected music to sabotage a live stream or a video? And the answer theoretically is yes. Theoretically, it does work, or can work at the very, very least. There's been numerous stories where copyrighted music has resulted in a stream or a video being removed for rather comical reasons. Unfortunately, I was unable to find the original story on this, but many years ago, when live streaming was still fairly nascent, one of the local here in New Orleans, one of the local TV stations wanted to cover a Mardi Gras parade, and they live streamed it, and they were watching the floats go by. And one of the floats, as they won't do during Mardi Gras, just got stuck and stayed there too long, blaring some music that tripped the filter, and the stream came down for a little while. It came right back up. It ended up being a much ado about nothing situation for them. But yeah, it shows that incidental background music can trip the filters. And we also had that incident recently where Metallica had their live stream briefly, comically, I guess you would say, censored on one of the Twitch channels, which it was airing, not the official ones for the conference, but an additional one. I think it was the Twitch gaming channel that actually censored it. So it can happen. But here's the thing, there's an immediate problem here. All the videos we've discussed, all the incidents that we've recorded as happening, those videos are still online. Those live streams were not stopped. The videos remain online. And in fact, if you go to the latest one, the one from Ottawa, Illinois, and check out the YouTube video, you'll see they haven't even flagged any of the songs in it. I mean, as far as YouTube is concerned for algorithm and monetization purposes, there's no music in it at all. It flatly did not work. So where is the separation between theoretically it can work and in practicality it's not working? Well, the filters that we use get dumped on a lot. The filters that I shouldn't say we, but YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, et cetera, use have been dumped on a lot, justifiably, but they have actually made some major improvements. One of the things they've managed to improve greatly is distinguishing when music in particular is being played deliberately or is being caught incidentally in the background. Let's take the police out of the equation. Let's say I'm doing a live stream in the French Quarter. Hey, I'm taking you on a tour of my favorite places to eat or drink or whatever. So we're roaming the French Quarter. I pass in front of a bar that's playing some copyright protected music. Of course, it's loud and I pick it up on my phone. Does my stream get stopped? Probably not. The odds are very, very low. And the reason is the systems are designed to check when music is being played incidentally in the background and it's being picked up accidentally versus when it's being included in the stream intentionally and as a core part of what the stream is about. No, those filters are not perfect. And yes, there is still a danger it could result in the video being taken down or the live stream being stopped. But it's much less likely than I believe these police officers believe. It seems like some people have this idea that if I just play some Beatles or some country music or whatever, the stream gets shut down instantly. No. The truth of the matter is those filters are not a switch. It's not a situation where No copyrighted music, yay, the stream goes on, and then, oh, we just heard something, oh, it's over. No, it doesn't work like that. The filters themselves are actually quite amazingly good at detecting copyright protected music. If you go back to the Lens v Universal case, it was a filter. It was actually not a filter, but it was a system for checking for audio and videos that found a 7-second clip of Prince's Let's Go Crazy playing in the background of a very noisy video of a baby dancing. And that sparked that whole case, which maybe I'll talk about in a different video in more detail. So, yeah, the filters and the technology for matching audio is really impressive. So impressive that they're having to put brakes on it to make sure it doesn't stop incidental use like the ones we're seeing with these police officers. So, the odds of it even really triggering the system is not 100 is not it's not it's by no means a sure thing, we'll say. But even if it does, the odds of it leading straight to a removal or a muting of the stream or whatnot are also fairly low. And the reason for that is quite simple. The filters do a lot of magic in the background to sort of determine what the appropriate cause is. YouTube, Instagram, all these companies have worked out arrangements with rights holders in various ways. And what happens depends upon the relationship, the deal they have signed. In some cases, they may just simply want to count it as having been played. They just want the statistics. In other cases, they may wish to monetize it. So the stream or the video will not come down, but you won't be able to monetize it. And in other cases, it may be blocked in certain regions and certain countries, but the United States is one of the least likely to see a block in. And of course, it may be taken down completely. All are possible outcomes, but that does not mean immediate removal is the only consequence. So basically, what you have is a situation where the filters may not detect the audio. If they do detect, they may and will very likely detect that it's incidental and in the background. And even if they don't detect that it's incidental and unintentional, they still have a variety of other options they can take. And then there's the fourth thing to remember, which is live streaming on both Instagram and YouTube, and now Twitch, I believe, all do this. They will warn users in a live stream if they're playing or they're catching too much copyright protected music. So that person has time to take action to preserve the stream. They could simply cover the microphone up for a few seconds. They could back away from the source of the music. They have a variety of options to keep that stream and keep that content alive. So yeah, if you're doing copyright protected music, if you're not uploading if you're doing a live stream and not uploading after the fact, you have the ability to see when you might be in danger. And those are all very, very good things because the filters are not perfect. And yes, I do believe it is wrong for these officers to be using copyright protected music in a bid to sabotage live streams and video uploads and whatnot. But the good news is it is not very likely to work. Um, like as we've seen, the three main stories we've come across in recent weeks, all those videos are up and just fine. None of the live streams are shut down. The systems work as designed. I hope they continue working exactly as designed. I don't think these live streams or these videos should be taken down simply because an officer is holding a phone playing the Beatles. That seems silly. But yeah, here's hoping the technology is smart enough and continues to be smarter than those that try to abuse it in this way. Well, that's about all I have for this week. Once again, a kind of a brief overview of the situation. Until next time, this is Jonathan Bailey, signing off.